Hey everyone, it's Tyler Strike from Universal Rackets, and in this video we're going to be going over one of the best pieces of pickleball advice that I ever received. Once again, if you stay tuned for this whole video, we're going to be going over one piece of advice that I received from Zach Card. Shout out to Zach Card, and this completely changed my game. Now, it is up at the kitchen, and being up at the kitchen, there's basically two things that you can do. You can either dink the ball back or you could speed up the ball. However, sometimes when you try to speed up the ball, your opponent can read it. The speed up is always about disguise. Last minute, you're going to speed up the ball instead of dinking. So here's the advice. Are you ready? And then we're going to explain it. You need to make your dinks look like your speed ups or your speed ups look like your dinks. Once again, if you want to hit a successful speed up, you need to either make your dinks look like your speed ups or your speed ups look like your dinks. The higher up you get in level, the more your opponent is going to be able to read you. The more you are going to have to disguise it. Now, if you're a beginner pickleballer playing and you take a big backswing, clearly you're going to win the point. But the higher level you get, the more, if you take a big backswing, your opponent is going to be able to A, let the ball go, or B, read it and block the ball back. So what I mean by that is previously, before I received this piece of advice, my dinks would look like this and my speed ups would look like this. My dinks would look like this, my speed ups would look like this. It is very easy to tell when I hit a speed up because I look different, okay? It doesn't look like it. So what I tried to do and what you can do to improve your game is, again, you have to pick either. Do you want your speed ups to look like your dinks or your dinks to look like your speed ups? So we're going to start out with the one that I'm not doing, making our dinks look like our speed ups. First, we're going to start out with making our speed ups look like our dinks. So I want you to try both of them. I want you to watch this whole video, watch the explanations and the tips I give, and then try both and see what comes most natural to you. So if I'm making my speed ups look like my dinks, I need to understand that my dink motion is going to be like this. If I'm hitting my speed ups like my dinks, probably I'm not taking a big backswing. Probably I'm keeping it out in front at all times. Probably my paddle is going to be open. So the main thing, if you're making your speed ups look like your dinks, what you're going to have to do is you're going to literally have to wait till last minute and then flick your wrist. Again, you're going to wait till last minute and then you're going to flick your wrist. At the whole time, if you're making your speed ups look like your dinks, you need to make sure that you always keep your paddle out in front at all times. You're always keeping the paddle out in front. So again, your dink, you're going to be here. Your speed up, you're going to be here. Notice my paddle tip is always down. Keeping the paddle tip down is what's going to help you execute that speed up because it's going to allow you to get under the ball. Once again, keeping that paddle tip down is going to allow you to get under that ball and execute the speed up. So I want you to go out and try, and if you have a partner, you could do it. You could have them feed balls to you. You could be drilling, doing some active, or you could be just dropping balls to yourself. And again, here we are. Here's my dink, and here's my speed up. Again, here we are. So I'm going to go out. Here we are. Here's my dink. Okay, now I'm going to go, here's my speed up. Notice, until last minute, I pull the trigger. Now, I tried doing that in a drilling situation with my partner that we're playing a pro tournament in a week on Memorial Day. And for myself, it wasn't natural because probably I come from tennis and I like to take a little bit of a backswing. So I'm trying to make my dinks look like my speed ups. Now, my speed ups personally are I take my paddle back and then I go. I really get under and then I go around. Again, I get under, then I go around. So what I have to do is I have to make my dinks look more like that. Now, I have my own speed up method, and the reason why I personally chose to make my dinks look like my speed ups is because I can hit a dink way easier than I can hit a speed up. I'm not sure if it's because I come from tennis, but I have a hard time effectively speeding up the ball. Once again, myself personally, I struggle with speeding up the ball. I can hit 1,500 dinks, but I can only hit maybe 15 good speed ups. So what I thought personally is, okay, I can make my dink change a little bit to the point where it'll be more like the speed up that I'm trying to get a hold of. So what I'm saying though is if you have difficulty with your speed ups and you feel really comfortable in your dinks, maybe it's easier, and this is what I chose myself to work on, is to try to make, again, my dinks look more like my speed ups. So now when I dink, of course, when I hit, I can go hit a dink like this, right? Yes, 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 that's perfect. But when I hit a speed up, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be here, boom, big backswing, right? So what I'm going to do now is with my dinks, I'm going to try to start taking a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of backswing. A tiny, not backswing, but just taking it back and up a little bit. Again, before I was here and then here, now I'm going to try to even rolling my dinks sometimes, okay? So now I'm trying to last minute, I'm doing the take back again and I'm dinking, making my dink try to look like that speed up. Now, if you're making your dinks look like your speed ups, instead of your speed ups looking like your dinks, you're probably going to start rolling the dinks. You're probably going to start rolling the ball a little bit. And what I mean by that is instead of my normal dink just going over like this, right? Now it's looking like this. It's more of a roll, which can be a good aggressive shot. However, though, it takes a little bit to get down that consistency. So again, I'm gonna take the paddle back and then roll, or I'm gonna take the paddle back and then go forward. When you're speeding up the ball, there are two main spots that you wanna go. You either wanna go to straight ahead to the right side, or you want to go to the center of the court. Both have different types of advantages and disadvantages. Advantage number one, or reason number one why to go to the middle sometimes, is to switch it up, okay? Maybe, okay, if you have your forehand, if they read it, you're done. But 9 times out of 10, players go at that non-dominant or that dominant shoulder or hip, and they're always going to be like this. If you can go there, they're going to be leaning over here, and then you can catch them, okay? So again, what I've been doing personally myself is trying to make my dinks look like my speed ups. Now, this is going to take time. This is going to take a ton of time. It's not going to just happen like that. However, I'm committed to doing it. I'm going to do it over and over again. So hopefully, eventually, when I get out to play pickleball, my dinks will be like this. And then again, my speed ups will be like that. And my opponent won't be able to tell. So again, if you have trouble with your opponents reading your speed ups, if you have trouble with variety, if you want to take your game to the next level at a more higher level, I want you to choose to either make your dinks look like your speed ups or your speed ups look like your dinks. If you come from a tennis background, if you feel like your dinks are way better and you can do them over and over again, but you don't feel as confident with the speed ups, then maybe I would recommend, again, making the dinks look like the speed ups like I'm doing myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, take this with a grain of salt, right? Different tips work for different people. I hope if you try this, it'll help you. It'll help you get the skies and you'll be able to win more points. Have a good one, happy hitting, and we will see you guys next time on court. If you want anything Selkirk, balls, Pro S1 balls, guys, they have all these different balls on the market. However, these balls, and clearly I'm sponsored, so I'm not going to say bad things, but these balls don't break. People, when I go out and play, they play with Doros, they play with Franklins, they play with all these different balls, and they break, they get warped, everything. Every single time I play with a Pro S1 ball, not only no one has a problem on court, and I play with a lot of ball snobs, don't want to say whose names, but the other thing is that they never break, okay? They rarely warp, and they have a warranty that if your balls do warp, you can send them back and you can, I think, get a money back guarantee, or they send you new ones. Check it out, click the link in the description, make sure you use our code ADV-Universal. Once again, ADV-Universal. If you want any type of pickleball program in your area, make sure to click the link, fill out the description, and the Universal Rackets representative will get back to you. Have a good one, happy hitting, and we will see you guys next time on court.